And initially, like, I really recommend people learn every step of the process on their own. That's the thing that holds people back the most, is they don't look for what's their worth and like charge for it. Make sure people pay you for what you're worth. Provide that service, give people value, and get paid. So you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna get them into the newsletter and then I'm gonna sell them stuff in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Like, no, keep offering value, get them to trust you. Then be like, hey, there's a course here too.
Would you feel comfortable sharing your like yearly
YouTube revenue?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember because we just don't focus on it. It's literally, we're at the point where it's like every 1,000 views, we get $1. If we make a video that got 50,000 views, it's like, oh, cool, 50,000 views. It's like, oh, no, that's $50. We have to store all those files on our server. I have to pay the editors to make those videos. It probably took them several days.
Yeah.
Just that alone, paying someone full time for several days. If we had to run off of YouTube ads, we would last
a
0
second.
days.
Yeah, a day.
It's just not. The people getting the most amount of views in the art world are the ones that focus on the entertainment side. Our expenses are like $130,000 a month.
Yep. Hey guys, in this episode I'm joined by Stan Prokopenko. We're talking a little bit about how he runs his business practically and sustainably. We go a little bit into file structures, the logistics around running his company, managing team, all that kind of stuff, and how he manages to make a company like Proko get something $3-ish million a year in revenue. We're also talking a little bit about the sponsor of this video, Synology. Synology is a NAS and server company that enables companies like Proko to run. It makes your files and everything that you do much more easily accessible in a way to where you can hook it up to your home network and access it from any computer. One other benefit as well is that it has RAID protection. And what that means is that it will store your data across the whole drive. So if one of those drives fails, there's layers of redundancy to prevent that sort of file loss. In order for the whole ship to run smoothly, they need something like a Synology in order to make it work functionally. Thank you guys for clicking on the episode, and I hope you enjoy it. Like, I guess to start, could you maybe like walk through and explain how a video gets finished from like the idea phase to the like actual working on it to the actual publishing of it?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of different types of videos. So I guess let's start with a very, very typical traditional Proko video that I kind of started with. Right now, it's a lot more freeform. We plan less. But I still plan a lot of my videos the same way I used to. I haven't changed the way I work. Where I start with planning out usually a series. Sometimes they're one-offs, but usually I'll figure out like an arc of videos, and then I'll jump into each individual one, start kind of bulleting ideas, like main things I want to teach in this. Like, what are the pain points of the students? What do they struggle with? What are their solutions? What are they not thinking of? Common mistakes. And typically what happens is it gets a little bit bloated and complicated, and then the real kind of work there is then bringing it back, simplifying it so that you can explain it in a way that makes sense and it's not going to overwhelm students. So the simplification process, that's like the real challenge that I feel like I really need to overcome usually with my lessons. And then once I've really simplified that idea, it's scripted out, I go through and I start planning out all the visuals. Stuff I need to record at the drawing camera, B-roll I need to film, maybe some 3D animation needs to go into it. Face cam. Which sentences am I actually speaking into the camera? All of that is planned out before I start filming. And then I go in and I just knock them all out one by one. Once that's done, I hand over the footage to the production team. And it gets color graded. In DaVinci Resolve. I guess we've been doing DaVinci Resolve for like 3 years now. And then it's rendered out of DaVinci Resolve in high res, and then that footage gets used in Premiere to edit with. And then whoever is editing it will just kind of follow that script that I've created. It's all planned out, every shot, every sentence, and they just kind of go down the list and make sure that they use the footage that is mapped out for them.
Right.
Then I review it. So they'll send me like a little rough low-res version of it. I'll review it, give notes, and then usually someone else might take a pass on and make it even more like funny, just add little bits that couldn't really pre-plan. They're just kind of in the moment, little sound effects and stuff like that just kind of add those final little touches to it. And then it gets rendered out, passed on to the marketing team, which has already been doing some work before it got finished, figuring out the thumbnail, figuring out the title, the description, and the newsletter text, the social media posts. And for the thumbnails, it's like we usually make like 12. Like Alex just goes, he makes a lot of them, and then we pick like 3 of our favorites, and then usually we're like, those 2 are really good, but what if you do this with it? And then he'll like branch out from those and make like 5 more, and then eventually we'll get down to 3 that we really like. And YouTube has the ABC test now that you could just like have it choose the best performing thumbnail. Yeah. So yeah, all of that gets kind of sent down this funnel of publishing and marketing, and yeah, and that's the part that everybody sees.
Yeah. Well, but the other side of it is like these 12 or so people. Like how many people by the end of a video?
On a single video?
Yeah.
So helping with the like setting up the studio stuff, that's 1. Then me. Sometimes if there's, very rarely at this point, but if there's like 3D animation or something, there will be 1 or 2 other people doing animation and modeling and rigging and all that kind of stuff. And then editor and production manager. And then for publishing, there's 2. So it's 6 people are actually hands-on, but we kind of, when we do the thumbnail selection, it goes into a group, like a Slack group chat, and everybody throws in their opinions and stuff. And
for someone that doesn't know what Slack is, it's essentially like a giant group chat where people can share images and
teamwork, conversations. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like Skype. I don't know. That's probably less people know that. Huh? It's like WhatsApp.
Right.
But for teams.
Yeah. Discord.
People know what Slack is.
I think it's less popular than like Discord. I think it's Discord.
Well, Discord's a little different.
Yeah.
Discord. I mean, it's similar. Very similar to Discord, yes.
Yeah.
Just say that.
But again, I think with making a YouTube video, again, people see this fancy, well edited and polished lesson. But again, the amount of people that go into all of the little bits to make sure the audio sounds good, the like it's shot correctly, the color correction is correct, the files are stored in proper places, it's archived correctly so you can refer back to it later, all these different things.
Yeah, I guess I missed even the part where when I hand over the footage, it gets transferred to our server that I showed you in the tour.
Yeah.
And then all of that also just goes through a cloud backup.
Right.
So we back everything up in case it gets lost. Proxies are made, color graded and all that. So yeah, all of that is really important. The organization of the files, because we deal with so many files and there's like 12 people that need to know where things are and where to find them. Just organizing it as a team is also just like super important. Yeah. So there's a whole lot of things we're probably missing in this, but right now it's 12 people on the team and 6 people touch a video. They get passed on to 6 people, but I don't want that to discourage people hearing this, because like I guarantee 99.9% of people listening to this are not in the position to do that. And I wasn't either. Like this all grew slowly, 1 more person at a time on the team.
Right.
The first 2 years of me making the videos, which is pretty much the portrait course and the figure course, which are still very high performing courses, like that was completely me doing all of those steps on my own, just kind of handing it off to myself, trying to figure out what the systems are. And then by the time I could hire 1 more person, I already had the systems in place for myself so that I don't get all,
scatterbrained.
Yeah, just like, where are my files? Like, yeah, I had to figure out the system so that everything gets passed on to the next step very quickly. So that if you create the system for yourself, every time you add 1 more person to your team, it becomes a lot easier to just plug them into that system.
Yeah.
But initially, like, I really recommend people learn every step of the process on their own. Like you do every step of the process right now on your own. You don't have 12 people that handle it all for you.
Right.
And you have to do that way. I don't think that this whole thing of like, there's 12 people there, I don't think that matters at all.
Yeah. It's 1,000 people or 12 people or just 2 people.
Or 1.
Yeah, or 1. Yeah. I guess with all this stuff, it's like the organization is the big thing. It's like like, again, naming conventions, I think for
Yeah.
keeping all the files organized is a really important step.
Mhm.
Like it's important when you're trying to make a whole course because you have to make sure all lessons are in the correct folders and being organized correctly.
Yeah.
But it's also important when you're having 12 people, just so if you're making shorts from a video a year later, you
Yeah.
can easily
Yeah,
refer
exactly.
back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find exactly what you need from that. Actually, I do that all the time. We have so much content media that we've created for each episode that we can always refer back and just like grab things from those old ones where it's
Right.
like, oh, I need a value scale. I already made one before. Color wheel, I already made that. And those are just the obvious examples, but there's like so many little diagrams of any topic that we've already made that I don't have to redo all the visuals every time. I can just pull, hey, I need a shaded sphere. I've done 20. Like, let me just pick one of those real quick and show that footage on screen real quick. And being able to find those really quickly is really important. And actually, we have a, and you can like log in. Like our server has a login thing where you just go to a website and it's like a port into the server. And it has a really good search. All of the files are cached, and we type it in. I believe it's what is it? Synology's
Quick connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. And when you cache all your files to make them searchable, it finds out of the million files we have exactly what we need. I just type in like shaded sphere ball, and then filter by image, and I'll get all of them, and I just easily grab it.
And it's amazing. It's incredibly useful, right?
I use it every episode.
Well, so this video is sponsored by Synology, and
what?
Well, what the fuck? Well, no, but it's like I think initially the idea of like talking about servers and all this stuff is really boring and tedious, but the actual utility of it is crazy. Well, it's like you need it, but it's like I think a lot of people will get stuck at the idea phase of something. They'll be pie in the sky. I want to do all this stuff. I want to like have animations and do crazy face cam and drawing cam and all these different views and stuff. But then taking that into the real world and actually acting on it takes these tools. It takes like correct cameras, correct lighting, a Synology server, and all this stuff, or
a small NAS.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be the big server. Right. It could just be what they make like a 3 RAID.
RAID, like 2 to 5.
2 to 5. Yeah. I think we started with a 6.
Yeah.
When we're still at my house with 4 guys in a bedroom that has no air conditioner, we had a RAID 6 in the closet there.
Yeah.
And we all were connected to it. And that was good. Dude, hard drives fail.
Yeah.
Okay. And there would be several times where we had to pull one out, put one in, and the RAID system it saved us several times.
And I guess to explain it, so it'll store, like if you have a 5 RAID system, it'll store it across all the drives that you have.
Overlapping files.
So if one drive fails, you will have that remaining storage left over, so you're not
every single file is on at least 2 drives.
Right.
So that if one drive fails, all the files are on the other drives, and you have to plug it in immediately, so that then all of those missing files now get copied back into that. But if two of them fail, then you're screwed.
Well, but it's like,
but it's very rare.
It's very rare. Well, and it's like having as many, like, to enable you to have this business that makes a whole bunch of money. I mean, can I be candid about like it? Like,
I mean, people have made videos about that.
The $3.5 million a year plus revenue and stuff, and
like 2 years ago.
But millions of dollars in revenue, right?
And it's like, and most of that goes to instructors, though. That's revenue, right? That's how much sales come in, and then the instructors gets distributed among instructors, employees, and all of that. That's not profit.
Yeah. But I guess to even have the chance to have that much money run through the company, there needs to be this foundation of actual technical structure to enable that. And for you to like even be creative, like we were talking about it a little bit in the tour, for you to feel like you're being creative for videos, you have to have like, okay, well, I have my camera set up and I have this system to where this stuff is automatically going to go to the server. Because like if you're transferring a terabyte of footage to a hard drive to edit on, that's going to take a day or more,
Yeah.
And if you're doing that 3 times a week or something for all these courses you're putting out and your own stuff and all that, you're spending all your time just transferring files.
That's something you unfortunately just have to deal with in the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Like, have large files, you're transferring them, go do something else, plan your next video while you're waiting for stuff to happen. But yeah, the systems are important. And actually, kind of going back a little bit to the team thing, I said that it's not really that important. The main reason I think I actually have to delegate all of this stuff is because it's impossible for me to continue doing this for a decade, and now, heading into 2. I can't possibly do all that stuff on my own for more than several years.
Yeah.
That's why so many YouTubers burn out. Like,
Yeah.
you hear, I'm done, guys. Like, I'm quitting. It's because a lot of them don't actually make that move to delegate almost the entire process to a team.
Right.
And then keep only the creative fun work for themselves.
And that ends up being the most valuable work as well.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That is, I mean, that is the most valuable, because that's why people watch.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get all the other stuff right as well. I mean, if you mess up your sound, people are going to turn off the video, but they don't come there for the sound quality.
Yeah.
They come there for what you're saying, for what you're teaching them, for what you're showing them. And that's the creative part that is the most important.
Yeah.
And if you leave yourself the headspace to focus primarily on that, then your videos are going to be way better, and you're not going to quit.
Right.
Yeah. It's actually sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, I think it's like there's this romantic idea that when you see a YouTuber, they're doing everything and it's getting 1 million views and they're able to make a whole bunch of money from that. But
some of them are.
Some of them are. But it's rare, and it does lead to burnout. Like, even if you are a massive YouTube channel where you're getting 5 million views on every single video,
especially that, like
it's
even more pressure there.
Way more pressure. And it's like, and if something fails, like, then all that.
And they feel like they can take a break less.
Yeah.
Right. When you have that many followers and people are waiting for the next video, those YouTubers feel like they can't take a break. They can't take a vacation. But if you're a smaller YouTuber, you feel like, yeah, I'll just wait. The next video can come out next month. I'll focus on myself and I'll rest for a little bit. Like, you're not disappointing that many people.
Right.
But once you start growing, pressure's on.
I think that the hard emotional component there is actually delegating stuff to people, because I think that people become attached to their YouTube videos because it is highly creative and it's highly personal, and to, like, have someone else write down something you're going to say on camera can sometimes
I've tried that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I have not been able to delegate. People writing my scripts just has never worked.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
I always rewrite. Like, there's several videos where, like, someone else came up with the idea and the general flow of it, but the script, the things I'm going to say, every time, there's been 0 times where I've just, like, read the script of the lesson. Maybe some ads, like John will write some ads and it's like, a 30-second video, and it's like, sure, I don't need to change that much, but no, a lesson, I'm too particular about how I teach.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't delegate that. It's like delegating your art. Like, are you going to delegate someone else to paint your painting? Like,
some people do.
Yeah, but are you going to do that?
They make a lot of money, so
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, wait, no, they don't delegate the painting. They'll reproduce, right?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Rembrandt or Thomas Kincaid?
Thomas Kincaid, nobody painted his paintings. It was the process after they would, like,
make it look traditional, right?
They would print it and then they would, like, go over it with strokes. That's like color grading and post-processing. That's just like the fluff on top. He created the original painting.
That's fair enough. But yeah.
And I don't know too much about how Rembrandt delegated.
Rembrandt.
Does Rembrandt really delegate stuff?
No, he does not. He does everything. He's probably listening to this, but
Did Rembrandt actually have other people just, like, do the full thing, or did they?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Marsha would be able to tell you, but I think some artists like that was known. Like, people aren't sure that certain paintings that he did were either done by one of his assistants or himself. I
know Bernini had a lot of assistants that would go in and, like, finish off the sculptures, and because it's just so much work. Where, like, he'd have a whole area where it's like there's 1,000 little leaves
Yeah.
You have to sculpt out, and he'd have someone else do those. But he came up probably with all of the
idea.
compositions
Yeah.
and did the really difficult parts of the anatomy.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, but like even for that, it's like he didn't ship it himself. He didn't move it to whatever. Like there's still a level of delegation that has to happen.
Yeah.
And
he still did the stuff that made it feel like his voice.
Yeah.
There's some balance in there, and as soon as you cross that, it no longer feels like it's that artist's thing anymore. And it might be different for everybody.
Yeah.
For me, if someone writes my scripts, it's just not mine anymore.
But if they edit it and make the thumbnail and title and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, if they edit the footage of me drawing and me talking and explaining something, it's still me talking, explaining, and drawing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can make the pacing different, but it's still mine. Especially since I trained all these editors to work in my style.
Right.
So it's all on brand. They all work in the kind of the Proko style. And then, but I mean, it does evolve a little bit. Some editors will come in and present their own ideas of how we should make our videos better, and it does evolve together. But if I ever don't like the way something's done, I'll just say it, and then that's gone.
Yeah.
It still has to go through
your taste, your filter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right.
My filter. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and I guess, again, going back to the whole scale thing, like if you want to keep doing this stuff and having it be a sustainable career, the whole delegation and trying to offload as much work as you possibly can onto other people, the better. You know, I know I was listening to like a Mr. Beast interview where he was talking about, and it was that one guy that interviewed you a while ago. I can't remember his name. Ali Abdul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was watching one of his videos and Mr. Beast, and they were both talking about how if you want to be a YouTuber, the quickest way to burn out is to continually do your own editing. You know, it's like to offload that as soon as you possibly can.
That was the first. Yeah. Well, the first thing I offloaded was the 3D animation, because I noticed that even though I had a background in animation, it was too much new technical stuff that I didn't want to deal with. And that was the one thing I never actually did on my own. Most of the process of everything I've delegated, I did first, and then I delegated to someone else. The 3D animation, I never did it on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, I did my own 3D animation in high school, but not as like a Proko thing.
Right.
But after that, editing was the next major thing that freed up so much more of my time and allowed me to make more courses, or not more courses, but the anatomy course.
Yeah, right.
If I was doing the whole thing
that is multiple courses.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's 370 lessons or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
for other people,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
If I had to do that on my own, it would take, instead of 6 years, it would probably take like 15.
Yeah.
And I probably just would never even finished it, where it would have been a lot worse, because there's so much I would have just had to cut out. I would be like, I can't do that.
Right.
I have to not do any 3D animation. You know, it would have been a much simpler course probably.
Yeah, I think another part of it is like leaning on your own strengths and acknowledging that other people could be strong at something that you're.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You have to believe that other people can do things better than you, and artists don't want to do that.
Well, and it's also already insanely hard to do art. So it's like, if you want to be able to keep the skills and to keep doing it and be creative with it, you need to be able to draw more, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think the big challenge though is finding somebody that has a lot of qualities that you need to work on a tiny company, with an artist that has very particular. So they have to be organized. They have to be really good at editing. They have to be able to follow directions. They have to be on time. They just, if you hire an editor, typically you're going to run into some issues that it's just like, this isn't working out.
Yeah.
For some reason. So it's really hard to find those right people. You're probably going to have to go through several people before you find the one that's like, this is perfect. This is working out. They're making my videos better.
Right. And saving you time. And
saving me time. Yeah. But all that comes also with new responsibilities. Yeah. You start hiring people, you have to do payroll, and you have to cover insurance, and
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. And then you have to hire an operations person. Why am I doing this?
Like there's the fun stuff of actually trying to make the videos, but then there's the actual logistical stuff of trying to earn money,
Right.
And
can you even afford to delegate?
well,
That's like you start there.
that's step like, how do you afford a server? How do you
Yeah.
afford to delegate? How do you hire people? All that stuff. And
Well, you have to figure out what's the value that you're providing for people. And I think the biggest hurdle for a lot of artists is this idea that like I can't charge for my thing.
Yeah.
It's either that they don't feel like they're worth it, or that they have something against like capitalism generally. That's the thing that holds people back the most, is they don't look for what's their worth and like charge for it.
Yeah.
Make sure people pay you for what you're worth. Like provide that service, give people value, and get paid. And but you got to figure out what that is.
Well,
Why would people pay you?
Well, and a couple things. It's like when you first started Proko, I remember you telling me that you wanted to sell paintings through Proko initially. That was the
Right.
business model. And it worked a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, I started doing all the videos were free.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to make courses for sale. Although I always thought like maybe I could. Like it was in the back of my head like, hey, yeah, maybe I could sell these at some point. But the goal was, hey, make some free videos on YouTube, get an audience, and then tell them about my paintings so they could buy my paintings.
Yeah.
Because I was still in the mode of like, I was coming out of the gallery, selling things at gallery mode.
Right.
And so my head was there as like, this is how you make money as an artist. You sell your paintings. And things were evolving a lot. I mean, this is where the internet, the e-commerce type stuff was really just like booming.
Scaling,
it was scaling every year so fast.
It still is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like
in different ways. Like TikTok Shop apparently is nuts. I don't want to.
Oh, it's always evolving. It's always different. It's just that the scale is now so huge. Like, do we ever notice it getting bigger? Like,
yeah,
it's like,
right.
It's already so big. Whereas before we were going from nobody thought anybody could charge money from their YouTube videos to people making millions of dollars off the YouTube videos. Like that is like
0 to a billion.
Yeah, exactly. That's an infinite amount of progress there.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot less noticeable, but everything's always evolving. Everything's changing. And if you keep up to date, you can get onto that next thing that is like,
right,
the cool thing, whatever.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the fundamental rules of monetizing something are similar. Where it's like the conversion rates across the board are like 2 to 5% of people who subscribe or watch your thing will go and buy something from you, probably.
Right.
If the product is aligned, and it's obviously higher quality and all that stuff, and
if it's aligned,
well, it's something interesting that I've observed selling courses on Proko is with the people that I've worked with that have sold courses at a smaller scale, and people that I've worked with that have sold many more courses than those people, the conversion rate is about the same. Like,
it all depends on their following, how many followers they have.
Well, it's just like the same percentage of people who follow that person are buying the same percentage. Like the conversion rate, that it's the
about
same.
3.
Yeah.
It's always been about 3% for me.
Yeah.
For our YouTube channel, it's like you look at how many premium customers we've had. Well, it's about 3% of our total subscribers.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
it's cool. Although it might be changing now because we're bringing in a lot of other like third-party instructors who are bringing in their following, so it might not be completely dependent on just the Proko channel anymore. Right. So it's being broken. But when I promote my course on my channel, 3%. Yeah, it's just like stuck there.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's like, with the monetizing thing, I think a lot of people expect they just don't know how it works. It's like, the whole way YouTube works is you make something that's you're hopefully seeing as many people as you possibly can that would want to watch the thing in your niche, and hoping a very small fraction of those people actually go and buy the thing from you.
Yeah.
But it's like the first problem to solve, I guess, is making something that people want to watch. It's kind of like a funnel of like monetization. Like the first step of the funnel is them on the YouTube homepage and seeing the thumbnail and title for your video, and that's like the first step of them buying something. And then maybe you mention like a free model pack or a free brush pack within your YouTube
Right.
video
To get on your newsletter.
to get on your newsletter, and that's
Yeah.
the second level. And then the
Right.
third level is maybe a smaller product,
Right.
you know, a model pack, like a
Like
premium model.
a premium, yeah.
Yeah, and then the next step after that is like the thing that you actually really want them to buy.
Yeah.
You can
But along the way, though, it's not just like from one to the other paid thing.
Yeah.
It's along the way you keep giving them free stuff. That I mean, that's at least my model.
Right.
Like, I'll give you 30 free lessons before you'll probably ever buy anything. And that's because by the time you're done with those 30 free lessons, you're like, I like this. This is cool.
This is
like,
rad. Yeah.
I like learning from these videos. So when I say like, hey, you want to watch the demo of me doing this, like the 2-hour demo, like it's over there, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like they already trust that they're gonna get the same level of quality, personality, all that stuff as they did in those free videos.
Right.
They trust it. They're aligned with the brand now. So you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna get them into the newsletter and then I'm gonna sell them stuff in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Like, no, give them a bunch of free stuff in the newsletter. Like, keep giving them stuff. Keep offering value. Get them to trust you. Then be like, hey, there's a course here too.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And it seems like the whole idea, the whole business model, and the whole, even if you don't want to monetize necessarily, the whole thing about having a YouTube channel is just building the trust with people. You know, that's how you grow. It's like when people click on your video or, you know, try to buy something from you and they're disappointed, they're not going to come back.
Yeah. I mean, this is like business 101, right?
Yeah.
It's like it applies to everything. You know, if you're an iPhone user and you've been using iPhones, the reason you won't want to switch is because you just trust that this thing's going to work. The next iPhone is going to be the thing that you want.
It's going to be better as well.
Better, yeah. And you're just not sure about the other one.
Well, and I think it's like, I think that's part of the difficulty of like the monetizing or taking that next step towards like learning how to sell things online is like, how do you know when you've actually gained somebody's trust, or how do you know when you're actually making stuff that people would want to buy from you?
You kind of have to have a level of taste and experience in the world to know what that is. What do people want? What do people like? Right? I mean, you kind of have to know people a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like advice that you gave me, which I've been trying to pay attention to, is like, if I want to get into teaching, I have to go and teach. Like, yeah. It's like,
you want to sell courses.
I actually have to go and like, like, what do I actually, like,
get some experience.
Get an idea. Yeah.
Right. Offer some really discounted lessons, like private lessons to some people that want to take classes with you, and get experience teaching them. So you figure out how to explain things to people.
Well, and to me, all of this scaling stuff, it's strange to me because it always starts off with like coming up with an idea of something in like a Google Doc, you know, and then trying to follow through with that to start building that trust with whatever your audience ends up being.
I'm stuck on the Google Doc.
Okay. So like it starts off with like the bare minimum tool that everybody has, which is like just writing down ideas.
Yeah, it could be a notebook.
Yeah.
Or Notion or Roam or
chalk
Google
on a
doc or a whiteboard. Marshall will
right.
put it on the blackboard. Like, you're a whiteboard? Does he use a chalkboard or a whiteboard? He uses a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah, he uses a whiteboard.
Okay.
I think.
It's a whiteboard. Yeah, it's a whiteboard. Yeah. Whatever it is, just get it out of your head.
Yeah. Well, and I guess kind of talking about what we were a little bit talking about in the very beginning during the tour, it's like starting off with whatever tools that you have at your disposal. Like you were saying, I think that people often get intimidated by like, oh, I have 12 employees, I have this 300 terabyte server, I have all this infrastructure.
Yeah.
Like, do I need that to even get started?
Yeah, no.
It's like an iPhone.
I sometimes don't like doing that kind of content. It's really why I haven't done much of it on my own. It's usually other channels, other creators that will come and be like, I want to interview about the business and how things are done, like your employees, how much money you make, and I'm just like, all right, cool. But I feel like I'm always unsure about talking about it too much because it kind of sends the wrong message because they're starting at this, 12 years in. I'm
Yeah.
showing them what it's like, and it's like it's not even close to what it was in the beginning. And what they need is like, what's the beginning?
Right.
What's that first step? And then if they're already been in the first step for a year, what's the second step? Even that is like really different from year 12. It's you're currently in what, year 3?
Yeah, year 3. Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what are you doing?
How
are you like?
I guess I'm trying to like systematize more things,
trying to figure out what the systems are
and how to do it affordably. So trying to like figure out, how do I like hire somebody? How do I give them the files that I'm trying to work on? It's like I think for the first few years it was me like, okay, here are my ideas, and it's me just figuring out like, how do I make a video that people even want to watch? It's like,
right.
If you scroll through my, and I'm still in the process of figuring this out, and I don't think I'll ever stop being in the process of figuring this out. But like if you scroll through my YouTube channel, you'll see like a decision that I made to start paying attention to thumbnails and titles in like the first 90 seconds of a video. And it's like, there's like a huge step in views. It's like, when I started to, my old format was like sketchy van podcast, number, whatever, and then the guest. And then just like title with me and the person. And it's like,
because it worked for Joe Rogan.
Because it worked for Joe Rogan. Honestly, I'm like, sure, I have to start somewhere, you know? It's like, that works for somebody. And and it's cringy and embarrassing. And it's like, but it's like, I'm glad I did that versus not starting at all,
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, now I'm like, okay, how do I distill the essence or the soul of the conversation that I had with somebody into a clickable YouTube video that's associated with thumbnail? Like,
you're storytelling, right?
Yeah. In the same way that
the story,
it's like in the same way that people think about like their novel being on a bookshelf and what the cover communicates to a viewer, like the same exact kind of psychology,
right? You're talking about the thumbnail title.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, okay, I have an idea for what people want to watch, and now it's like, how do I do this sustainably so I don't burn myself out, and also like scale up so I can like try more different things? And I'm doing the podcast thing for a while, but I think whenever I do shorter videos, they generally perform better because they're more precise or more geared to a specific audience, Whereas like the podcasts are sort of like a big ask to get somebody to sit down for 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, but the people that do are becoming more loyal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, once you can get people to watch the long form stuff, they're much more likely to then buy long form content.
Yeah.
If that's the goal. So I think it is part of it can be part of that funnel, from short stuff to long stuff. But you're also starting to hire people, right?
Yeah.
Or delegate.
Yeah.
Not hire, they're not employees, right? They're like they're contractors.
Yeah.
But that's actually a really good first step. Like, instead of getting employees, you hire contractors, so you don't have to deal with insurance and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Right.
And payroll. You just send a check, they deal with all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And how is that? What's the success rate with hiring people?
I've hired 2 guys that I'm working with consistently that are doing a really good job.
And how many have you worked
like
with that?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 that you no longer work with. So 2 out of 8.
Yeah, probably. Plus other friends that I've tried to hire that just didn't.
Friends, yeah. That's typically not gonna work unless your friends are in the same industry as you and they know exactly what.
Yeah.
But no, typically no.
It's complicated. I don't want to get too into that, but it's like
the good raunchy stuff.
No.
Okay.
No, but it's interesting because it's like, I'm doing it off Upwork right now. So
I did all of the first, when I started, it was all Upwork.
Yeah. And it's been really interesting working with somebody because it's like, they're not doing it exactly the way I would do it if I was doing it myself. And there's like downsides to that in some ways, but seeing them offer like a unique perspective on it that's more objective than me, that could like more easily look at the conversation or look at the edit as an outsider and be like, okay, this is the good and bad stuff. Whereas because I'm the one in the video, I'm like emotionally attached to the outcome. So I'll generally make stuff too long because I don't want to cut that out. That's a really smart thing
I
I
said
said.
that.
I
I said
said
that
that.
thing.
Yeah, right. Whereas like this other person is like, oh,
Or that angle of my face was really good.
I look
there,
really
but
hot there. Yeah, it's
when I said that thing, that light just got
it's
so
perfect
good
light,
on
yeah.
me. Take that screenshot. That's your thumbnail.
Totally. Yeah. But it's really like weird because it's like, oh, like I can hire somebody and pay them some money to go and do something, and then the video still gets 10,000 views or something, you know?
Right, because like we said, it's about the things you said in the video that matter more.
Right. I know it objectively, but to have that like emotional experience of going and hiring somebody and then it's like, oh, I can like hand it off to someone else and it'll still do well, is like,
yeah,
it makes it feel way more accessible, but also like, it everything else, like a bunch of doors have opened for me. 'Cause I'm like,
yeah. But start small. If you try to delegate something too big and too important, you might have such a bad experience that you're like, go back and you're like, never again.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not good. Like delegation is absolutely mandatory and good. You just need to ease your way into it and figure out how to do it properly.
Yeah. But again, it takes that experimentation, like in the very beginning parts of YouTube. It's like it's always like an experiment, or you're testing things to see if you can get better or worse at something. You know, like there are courses and videos that you try that like are very successful, and others that are like, oh, maybe that wasn't as successful as we hoped it would be. But both in the moment looked equally as enticing, you know, or as like profitable.
Yeah. What?
Like well, I guess so. Like
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's one course in particular that I don't know if we could talk about. That the Marvel course. But, so for the Marvel course, the ideas that we had initially, we projected that it would make a lot of money when we were trying. We
projected more than it made. It's I mean, if you look at it, it's still one of our top performing courses ever.
Yeah.
It's just that the scale of the production was so much higher, the expenses were so much higher that the profits are lower.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like whatever. It was great for branding. It was a great I learned so much about just the whole business side of working with a larger studio. So there's good stuff that came out of it, but yeah, it's just a big thing. I didn't know how to deal with something like that. So
something that I learned from it that I've been trying to just like nail into my head is that like the scale of something or the clout of something doesn't guarantee its success. Like if you post onto a channel with 30 million subscribers and do a bunch of like big brand stuff and work with big names, that does not guarantee it's going to be successful at all.
Yeah, it has to align. The audience has to actually be in the same headspace and they want the same stuff.
Yeah.
That's actually why, I mean, you mentioned that I started my YouTube channel trying to market my paintings, right? Sell my paintings. And even though I was getting, 100,000 subscribers in the beginning, right? And selling 0 paintings.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, that's not 3% conversion rate, right? Well, it's because they didn't align. It's art students trying to learn from how to draw, not buy my painting, right? I was attracting not the wrong audience, but not the right audience for that goal.
Yeah.
I wasn't attracting art collectors. Why would they watch a video about how to draw Luma's head, right? So it's the same thing as if you do something with another big brand or go on another big channel. If their audience isn't aligned with whatever your thing is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that kind of goes into another thing, that it's like, even if you have a viral video, that does not guarantee you're going to have a business doing that. Like, I think that sometimes people look at someone with a massive Instagram following or, they get massive videos and they assume that person is very wealthy. But to even have the chance to go and like monetize an audience or to make money from something, you have to like business and creativity are two different things, fundamentally. And to be able to make money from something, you need to be able to make a product. Like I have been getting into a little bit of the e-commerce community, online stuff, and seeing people who have like 20,000, 10,000 followers on Instagram, and they still have like a multi-million-dollar business.
Do
Because
they advertise?
not in the way that you would think. It's like word of mouth advertising.
Oh, okay. So they don't pay for ads on Google or something.
But they just made such a great product that people are like, oh yeah, like if you want to solve your problem with, you should use this thing, you know?
Oh, okay. I see. There's some businesses where a lot of people know about it and a lot of people buy it, but nobody would ever follow this company on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, why would I? It's like I know what Roomba is, like the
Yeah,
vacuum cleaner.
yeah.
But I'll never follow them on Instagram.
Right.
Like, so it's like hard for them to gain a following. Watch, they probably have like 10 million followers.
Well, the Target YouTube channel is interesting because it's
oh, really? What? How many do they have?
They have like 600,000, but the videos get like hundreds of views. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a.
I'm surprised they have that many.
I
mean, actually, that's for someone as big as Target. Multi-billion dollars in sales. How many customers they have? That is a tiny piece of tiny fraction of the customers are actually following them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually a really good example where some businesses just are not made for social media. I think a lot of marketing people will probably just be like, no, everybody needs to put stuff on socials. This is Target. This is their YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all like corporate stuff.
Yeah. 5,000, 1,000 views, 1.5. Yeah, I mean, easy recipes. They could totally do something though. They could start a YouTube channel with some really good
trying products out. Yeah.
That would do great, but because there are a lot of creators on Instagram and YouTube that make their entire thing about Target.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, all right, guys, I'm going into Target now and I'm going to shop. You shop with me. And they'll just like walk through and be like, oh yeah, that's on sale. Like,
right.
And they get way more views than this. Like this.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Target can't do it for themselves. It's kind of interesting.
I think like a couple things internally in those companies. I think it's bloat. Like to get anything done, they have to go through layers of committees and approvals and budgets to be able to do anything. And they already have such a strong like brand that they don't necessarily.
They don't need to because there's thousands of people doing that on their own. They're all posting about Target and on their socials.
But I think that like the reason Proko has been successful, a big part of it is obviously the YouTube channel, but a huge part of it is the word of mouth, like the unseen side of marketing. Where like I genuinely bought one of your courses when I was like 21, and I thought it was like, oh, this is actually incredibly useful, like the figure drawing fundamentals one.
Proko.com/basics.
Yeah, I'll put my affiliate link.
Proko.com/drawing.
Yeah,
and affiliate code equals ...
Yeah.
Click on the one in the description because you get money for it.
Yeah, I'll get some money for it.
I want to see Synology, their Instagram.
Okay.
Because there might be a really good example of this. Because I mean, Synology is a huge brand for hard drives and servers and stuff, right?
Here we go.
But like they're one of the main ones, right?
Yeah.
But who follows them? 40,000 followers.
Well, and if you look at the engagement on their posts, it's like 10 likes.
Exactly.
50 likes. And I Synology, whenever you're watching this, we're not roasting your social media. It's just
no, it's just that they don't need it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
Their marketing it's not here. It's not on Instagram feed. Their marketing is on shelves, in product reviews. A lot of other websites announce the new products that they launch.
Yeah.
It's
IT guys
else.
Talking about it and suggesting that companies
other
buy
people,
this stuff.
YouTubers will talk about the new RAID system, and those are getting millions of views.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as Target. Like they don't need to put this much effort into their strategy because they have people doing it for them. Why would they even?
Well, but I think it's like for someone just starting out, someone who's like an individual artist. Like I think there's two ways of going about it. There's making a badass product and letting the marketing.
Wait, badass product or badass?
A badass, like a great product.
Great product.
A sick ass product. You know.
Sick ass
product.
Diarrhea.
Yeah, giant diarrhea product. Well, you make something that's so useful, it's hard not to recommend. You know.
Yeah.
Or you're just insanely good at marketing, you know?
Yeah, but what's the most likely case here with the artists?
The marketing. Well, but I feel like you're
the great product.
I guess
Really? You
well, no, I don't. I think it's when I look at Proko, I see it as a mix of both. A little
sure? No,
bit,
I'm
yeah.
talking about the people listening. Artists generally not very good at marketing.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do that, but they can make great product. They're creators. They create stuff. They can put that finesse into making something amazing.
Right.
That's what an artist does. So I would focus on that usually.
Yeah. Well, and I think like realistically it has to be both to a certain degree, you know?
Yeah, but you can have one really good and then one not completely suck and then slowly get better at that over time.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, of course. I mean, both is better.
Ideal.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, I guess to change the subject a little bit, how do you balance responding to analytics in YouTube videos?
Balance in what way? What am I balancing?
So you are getting comments from people telling you to do certain things, or they're responding to videos more so than others. Yeah, suggestions, or someone might respond to your head drawing video really well, whereas another video might not do as well.
Oh, I see. Like performance of the video.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I try to look at it objectively and practically. When I study analytics, there's usually a goal. Like I want to try to figure something out or learn from it or improve something. It's never an emotional, or I mean, not never. I mean, I try not to make it an emotional thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's look at our intros. What's are people dropping off a lot in the beginning? Okay, let's look at our different videos. Where's the drop off rate lower? Where is it higher? Let's learn from that so that we can improve the next video.
Yeah.
There has to be an objective. There has to be something that you get out of it that you're actually using to improve something in your business or in your creation.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I guess that's where my balance is.
Well, I guess it's like, are there certain videos for Proko that might not get as many views, but they're better at converting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ads. Ads.
Yeah.
Black Friday ad comes out, right?
Yeah.
Those aren't going to get nearly as many views. They're always stuck at like 20, 30,000. And then they die from there and then they're stuck there forever. Whereas all our other videos, even if they start with like 20, 30,000 in the first month, which is on our channel, that's typically kind of the lower end.
Yeah.
Those like evergreen videos, they're going to still get watched over the years and they'll eventually get to 100,000. But like the ads, they're stuck there at 20, 30. So they never get nearly as many. If you like sort our videos by lowest performers, they're just all the ads.
Yeah.
But those convert the most.
Right.
Those are the ones where we're like, yo, there's a sale going on. And way more than 3% of the people that watch that go and buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Well,
that's one example.
But I guess like
was that not what the example you're looking for?
I was looking for the anatomy lessons where it's like a much like it's a less wide of an audience, but it's way more precise.
It's more precise, but I wouldn't say that made more money than like a drawing basics video.
It might. I don't like. Do you think the Kim Jong-gi video did more to convert people than something like that?
No, exactly. That's the opposite of an ad.
Yeah.
In the Kim Jong-gi video, I was selling nothing.
Yeah.
But
it got 5 million views. So
yeah. But I don't think I promoted anything in that. I was literally, it was just like, here's Kim Jong-gi. Here's why he's awesome. Cool. See you later.
Yeah.
that was the video. I didn't try to sell anything. And so, no, it didn't convert because nobody was like, afterwards, like, oh man, I really want to buy a Proko course.
Yeah.
It's like, no, everybody was like, dang, I like Kim Jong-gi. And then they went on his social media and looked at his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So I probably drove people away from the channel.
Yeah.
But a lot of people also discovered my channel because it got recommended through YouTube so much. People discovered the channel for the first time through that video, and then they liked that video, and then they subscribed.
Yeah.
And so then they were, recommended my other videos, which had my course content in it, and said like, "Yo, if you want premium stuff." So that video specifically didn't convert
Right.
at that moment.
But later on, right?
It led to a more dedicated, loyal fan base or
Audience. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I guess again, it always like I think the numbers can inflate someone's idea of how much money someone might be making, or how well like numbers
Yeah.
aren't the only metric, or views aren't the only metric to pay attention to.
Right. Only things that are directly linked to views.
Yeah.
Like YouTube ads.
Right.
Right. Like if you're getting paid for people watching ads in your videos, like that is directly linked to how many views you get. And so yes, you can pretty much calculate it. Like they're maybe getting like $3 per 1,000, or not. Artists now are, it's like $1 per 1,000.
Would you feel comfortable sharing your like yearly
YouTube revenue?
Yeah, from ads.
Jesus, it's low, dude. I don't even remember because we just don't focus on it. It's so stupid because it's literally, we're at the point where it's like every 1,000 views we get $1. So it's like if we make a video that got 50,000 views, it's like, oh, cool, 50,000 views. It's like, oh no, that's $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, but we have to store all those files on our server. I have to pay the video, the editors to make those videos. It probably took them several days. Like how much did that, just that alone, paying someone full time for several days. And I mean, dude, you add it all up. If we had to run off of YouTube ads, we would last
a second. Days. Yeah, a day.
Like, it's just it's not possible for this industry. That's why you have the people getting the most amount of views in the art world are the ones that focus on the entertainment side of it, because they get way more views. They get millions of views per video. And in the millions, then yeah, okay, even if you're making $1 per 1,000 views, every video is now actually profitable.
Right.
But if you're in the 50,000, 100,000 views within the first 30 days, no, $50 to $100 of video is just not.
It's not enough.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
So like, sure, I can share. So right now, so past 30 days, God, so $4,500 from our channel. Which out of 3.6 million views total.
Which sounds like a lot to somebody, right? It sounds like an insane amount, but
yeah, but I mean,
yeah, it's like the amount of the expenses.
Our expenses are like $130,000 a month.
Yeah.
So like, okay, cool.
Like
$4,500. What does that do?
12% of it, or so, or less? No, like less. 3% of it, or something. Yeah.
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 So like, yeah, what? It might sound like a lot, but take on those expenses too, and you want to be in that position. No. So anyway, I guess maybe where you're headed at this is that like selling products is a lot more profitable than YouTube revenue in a field where you're not gonna you can't expect to get millions of views per video.
Yeah.
If you're Mr. Beast and you're getting 100 million per video,
but he still started Feastables, and he still has all these.
Oh, of course, because that's an additional thing.
I think it outsells his ad business, like doing ads. I think that
probably because just because it's probably because products make more money.
Yeah. Well, and I guess as it relates to the analytics and trying to make videos that you want to watch and people that want to watch, it's like there has to be that balance between like, okay, there's this video I want to make, but at some point I'm going to have to integrate this ad product in here just to be able to pay the bills and keep it sustainable. And
like sponsorships,
like or like Synology or for the Synology thing is because it's something that I actually need.
Yeah, and I remember I saw you going through this process. Yeah, trying to find something you use. Yeah, or want to use.
Yeah,
you want to get that RAID 6, right? Yeah, you wanted to get it, so like, how can I make a video to get it for free? Well, so you reach out to them like, can you give me a free if I do a video? Yeah. But that's actually an honest sponsorship. You want that product, so you want the sponsorship from them rather than them coming to you and being like, hey, we have this thing we want to sell to your audience. And you're like, oh, let me check it out. Let me see if I like this. I mean, sure,
Well-
even if you check it out and you kind of like it, it's still not as honest as like, I really want this thing.
And it's something that you would genuinely recommend as well.
Yeah, I have
for
so much of it.
like $100,000.
Rate 48.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for one of those.
It is a lot, and we didn't get those for free.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's like I think that like that product aligned fit has to work on top of the content itself. Like if you like an example of that is I've been doing podcasts for the past 4 podcasts that I've done have done well for my channel. It's like I did Marshall,
Yeah.
Will Spertasio, Jay Hill, and Steve Hampton, Steve Michael Hampton.
Yeah.
And those are like 15,000 views. And then I did one with Slew where we did a bike ride from Fairfield to Boston, 200 miles. It's like a adventure video sort of
Okay.
thing. And that is like my
These are
10 of-
YouTube videos?
YouTube video.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is like a 10 of 10 podcast. So it's like it got like 100 views in the first day or something. It's like performing
Whoa.
really badly.
Way
Yeah.
worse.
Way worse.
Like it was dead.
It was
like,
dead from the
holy
get-go.
crap.
Yeah. It's at like 500 views now or something, but it's like
But compared to the other stuff, that's still holy shit.
yeah, but it's like it's
Was
not
it literally just you just posted your GoPro footage or something? Like
no, it's less that I edited it myself, so it's not as good as my
was there storytelling? Is
Yeah, there's
there,
a little
like,
bit.
Like
yeah,
okay.
so it's us, it's like Sam saying something and
Wow.
then so it's like a standard podcast intro with like clips from Sam saying something and then me doing a little like, hey, this is what this video is about, and then going into the conversation.
Yeah.
It's formatted very similarly to every other video, except instead of having art as the visual on the side, it's us biking. So
Oh.
but
But you're still talking.
we're still talking.
and it's
yeah.
it's an interview where you guys are sitting down.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's like it might have longer legs. I mean, I can't judge it too fast because
But what-
a lot of my videos end up having like they go like that. Like they'll have a slow start and then they'll spike upwards.
Yeah.
Um,
But what's the topic of the conversation?
it's like why you should do hard things in like in our career, you know, or why to like the title of the video. And I think the title and thumbnail are wrong as
Okay.
well, but it's titled something like
Well, you can test that out.
I
If
can
that
change it.
video literally has 500 views, you can take it down and then repost it with some other
thumbnail and title.
something else, and most of your audience has not seen it yet.
Yeah.
So you can very much test this.
But I guess the thing there is like it is something that I'm interested in doing, like
Yeah.
those sorts of trips and stuff. But it's either like there's some disconnect with the way that it's being put in front of my audience to where they're just like subconsciously not wanting to click on it, you know?
Yeah.
But I do believe that there's probably a way of re-editing the video and packaging it differently to be just like a more clickable and interesting video, you know?
Probably. Yeah.
Like I like the conversation we had. I think it's a good
Mhm.
idea, but yeah, there's just like a few key pieces missing. But I wouldn't know that unless I do this like 10 of 10 video
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, the way to learn what works is also learning what doesn't work.
Yeah.
What to avoid. So I wouldn't get too worried about videos like that. I know that in the moment it's like, oh, I just spent all this time doing it, and it's like waste of time.
Yeah.
But I mean, long term, all of these little bumps and spikes, they all even out to just like growth.
Yeah.
Right. So you just have to remind yourself of that every time you stumble.
Yeah. And yeah, just to keep pushing this stuff. I guess I guess one more question before we can cut off, or unless you want to cut off now, it's fine.
No, good.
What are the biggest bottlenecks you're dealing with right now, like scaling issues? So like where are the current, I guess, can you talk about like the scaling issues that you've ran into in the past and the ones that you're experiencing now with like a much larger YouTube channel?
The biggest bottleneck is revenue for growth. It's hard to grow bigger than where we're at now because, so let's say we year over year, our revenue maybe grows 30%. But then because of inflation and salaries going up and just everything being more expensive. So you can't hire another person because that would be more than that 30% growth that the company had, or 30% minus the additional expenses. So it's like, and that happens like every year, right? So it's difficult to grow because the revenue growth is not as fast as it has to be in order to actually grow the company. And I think we're kind of hitting that part though, where in the beginning it was a lot easier to make big growth jumps to hire one more person.
Yeah.
But now we're kind of starting to like reach a point where it's like it's really hard to get more views on a video and still be what we are. We can start doing totally different things and expand into different types of content that would get more views. But like I don't want to. It's just I'm just not interested in it.
Yeah.
So
what kind of videos would those be?
Like more entertainment type stuff. A lot of YouTubers moved over to entertainment and like targeting maybe teenagers, easy watching, like, hey, I'm gonna watch me do this type of stuff. And it's like really I don't want to say carefree type of viewing experience. It's like
shallow or
not shallow. No, it's not. It's not an insult to it at all. It's like it's easy to watch it. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Lessons. When I post a video, I'm expecting, or the audience has to put effort into watching it.
Yeah.
It's not easy to watch a lesson that's packed with information. You have to like pay attention and you have to try to learn.
Take notes and
take notes if you really want to do it. Like but if you're making a video about how you're gonna paint an iPhone, you know, you've seen there's just so many creators that do that, and it's like every one of them is like, oh, 1 million views.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, because it's so easy to watch that. You know, a 12-year-old will watch that and it'll be like, oh, cool, that's so cool. I want to do that to my phone.
Yeah.
You know, it opens up the audience to not just people that are serious about learning how to draw, but people that have an iPhone.
Yeah.
And maybe want to like cover it with some gel.
Right.
They're gonna get millions of views, but I don't want to do that. That's not what we're doing. It's not my goal. Like, it's not just about views. That's the point here. Is like when I look at my analytics, I'm not just trying to be like more views. I'm trying to get to a goal, to be practical. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
What's the purpose here? The purpose here is to teach people how to draw and paint, become artists. It's not to get more views.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting more views and doing it in a way that just bores me, or like they could totally do stuff that gets more views because maybe that's part of their business model, is they're more aligned with the views directly. That's totally fine. Like, go do that. It's just, to me, it doesn't align with me, and I don't want to. But I would burn out doing that kind of content, so I don't. And I think we're basically, where I was getting at with this is that I think we're kind of like hitting that, almost the top of that market of how many people on YouTube every day are trying to learn how to draw.
Yeah.
Plus the amount of competition now is higher. There's way more channels posting content very similar to ours that are also teaching you how to draw. And so we're all that audience that would watch ours is split between all these other people. And so it's really challenging now to grow beyond that. I'm sure there's a way, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
As somebody that's already kind of reached the plateau, if somebody's starting out, it's really easy to start out and then take a bit of like my chunk.
Yeah.
Really easy.
Right.
So go ahead.
I
can't stop you.
Yeah, I'm trying a little bit, but you know,
go for it.
Yeah. But I think it's always a weird thing to hear, is like there's always another peak or, you know, thing to strive for within these businesses. And I'm sure you have ideas for like, how do you double or triple the income of Proko? But it's like, there's fear involved, there's risk, there's like opportunity cost, and trying to identify which path to go down, I think.
Yeah, it's hard when when you have a system that works and you're not like dying, you're not desperate, like you're not trying to throw
Hail Marys.
Mary, you are, yeah, there's always that fear of like rocking the boat with some grand ideas because it might not work and it might be really bad for the business. Like something that I'm like, man, I know it's going to be good, but it is so different and it would kind of rock the boat is if we introduce subscriptions on Proko, where you subscribe and you just get everything, right? And you just pay monthly and you get everything. But it's so different from our model right now, where we make money off of every single purchase.
Yeah.
People buy courses. So if they could, instead of buying hundreds of dollars of stuff, they can pay us, $20 this month. That's a much smaller purchase that month.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, is it gonna actually be bad for us? But like logically, if I just kind of like do the math, it totally makes sense. We would actually make more money.
Yeah.
Just because so many more people would pay that $20 and then they'd stay on the subscription for longer than the amount of that one purchase.
Yeah.
And overall, long term, it just evens out, or it goes to be probably a bigger amount of money. But it's just hard to rock that boat because our system works.
Yeah. Well, and it seems like the solution to the problem is like charge more money or get more customers.
No, not always.
Oh, no, but
that's actually, we've tried that many times. Sometimes you charge more money for something and you make more off of each sale, but the amount of sales go down.
Yeah.
And it's like you make the same amount of money, but now you've reached less people. You've made a difference in less students' lives.
But like where you go specifically, it's like the advice that people might give you is to start offering super high-end classes or something. I'm not saying you
sure.
should.
Yeah. You can have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You keep those lower priced items.
Yeah.
So those you get those, but then you add another tier or another product that is a high end for sure. Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
And I think I actually, that's another idea I will probably explore, is more of the like, hey, only 25 students, let's do a workshop for 3 months.
Yeah.
And this is like a $2,000 thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you get my attention. And that has value. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to Brandon Sanderson and Tim Ferriss, their podcast, and they broke down, if they were to like be honest about how much their time is worth per hour. Brandon Sanderson said that if he signs books for an hour, he would sell like $300,000 worth of books.
How did they calculate that? It's like, how much money makes a year divided by how much time he works or something?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's like his speaking fee is like $100,000 or something. Right. And he set it that high because it's like, there's no way anyone's going to want to pay this.
And then they did.
And they do. And it's like, okay, now I got to increase it. And it's like,
yeah.
And for Tim Ferriss, it's the same thing. It's like, like when you actually break down, like if you spent more time making a YouTube video and, calculate the conversions to courses and how much money it'd make the business and all that kind of stuff, your hourly rate ends up being worth significantly more than like people would generally feel comfortable paying,
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's sort of a conversation for like that most people probably can't relate to, but when you get to a certain level, it's like maybe the $100,000, $40,000 speaking fee starts to make more and more sense, or like.
I mean, I'm not even near that level.
Yeah. But it's like,
I don't know how to talk about that one, but yeah. What was your question?
I guess it's just odd that like, this stuff grows to a point to where like you can justifiably ask someone to go and pay $2,000, $3,000 for a workshop.
Oh yeah,
and have it be worth.
Yeah,
if
I charged $100,000, nobody would listen to me.
Yeah.
That'd be zero people in the audience.
Yeah, but if Mr. Beast did,
Oh yeah,
of course. Like, easily. Yeah.
What would you say?
Probably no, I think, because it's not scalable as well. It's like
and he'd probably be so bored.
Yeah,
he wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Cool. I guess that answers all of the questions that I have.
Cool.
I do really appreciate taking the time.
Yeah.
I guess you have any more thoughts on the Synology server before we
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Why not?
great.
It's sick.
It's a
Yeah.
great server.
Yeah, great. Everyone go look at the Synology website. It's linked down below in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, legitimately useful, even though this is a sponsored video. But
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to be embarrassed.
I'm
Are you scared?
dude.
This
I'm
is what I'm talking about. People are afraid of capitalism. It's like, what is so wrong about promoting something that you actually like and trying to
'Cause I
support
still-
yourself through your company?
because I still make videos that bomb, and I'm like, if I do a product that bombs, it kills like a lot of the momentum that I have for it. Like I don't know. It's like a
Yeah, but that's not the problem then.
I'm just glad people click on the videos right
Yeah,
now. You know?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, there are people in the audience that hate sponsorships and ads and capitalism, and it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to exist in the world you want me to exist in, so I'm just not gonna
Gotta compromise to a
participate.
certain
I'm not gonna
degree.
participate in that conversation.
Yeah.
You can go believe your stuff.
Yeah. And well, the levels of capitalism go much further beyond Proko. Proko, on the grand scheme of things, is a very, very small company.
Oh yeah,
compared to, I don't know, Anduril or so. I don't know.
for what?
Anduril, you know, or
Andrew?
it's that AI company that they're making automated weapons and stuff, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, stuff like that. Like there's the hobby, learn how to draw, and then there's the like, let's build missiles. You know, it's like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's kind of a weird comparison, I guess, but
Yeah,
yeah.
kind
So, but the scale is like, yeah, that's like, yeah, you know,
Scale is big.
yeah, scale is big. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.